Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Kate Beeders, and it's October already, but we've had such a beautiful day that I'm so happy I'm able to be outside with you instead of inside. And if you are joining me for the first time, actually, let me make sure I got my volume up. There we go. If you're joining me for the first time, this is Brilliant Strategies, all about mindset, money, and marketing, and something I do every Monday at 8:30 in the morning, unless I'm traveling. So there's a caveat there. I'm just trying to fix that. Oops, there we go. If I'm traveling, then no live stream. But anyway, so I'm here today with you, excited to be here. And if you've joined me before, you know I've got my green smoothie, and we're talking about your money mindset today, which is, I know, a topic everybody always likes to learn and transform and all that. So if you are here, say hello, so I know you're there. I see Colleen there. Good morning, Colleen. And so welcome, everybody. Happy Monday. And also request, if you are enjoying what you learn on this live stream, I would be so appreciative if you would then in turn share it with your page so more people can keep learning and shifting and all that. So anyways, today we're talking about money mindset. And one of the things I want to talk to you about today is something that I observed. I was at an event last weekend. It was a big event, lots and lots of people and all that. It was, and it doesn't matter whose event it was a big event. And the host made some offers, you know, for continuing, working with him, continuing programs. Oops, here's Callie. Oops, come here, Callie. Sorry. Oops. Priorities. Got to take care of my girl, right? So she always comes first. But anyways, the host made some offers, you know, which is very typical at an entrepreneurial event. And what happened, which I thought was really, which I've seen before, but I really just want to kind of call it out to help people so they can start kicking off their week thinking about this, is that, you know, he had a page, and there were lots of different things. There was this thing and that thing and all different, you know, levels, anywhere from like under $50 all the way up to you know, over 10 figures. And what I found was really interesting is when I was talking to people, you know, after this happened, and people, you know, of course, are trying to decide what they want to do. And almost everybody I talked to, now I'm not going to include everybody because I'm sure there were some people there who weren't thinking this way, but everybody I happened to have a conversation with, everybody's decisions seemed to be based on their money and in terms of the cost. And I thought that was something that is actually very short-sighted, and that's why I really want to call it out to people today. Not saying that these people should have signed up for bigger programs with him. That's not my point, but I really believe that everybody should be making decisions based on what's best for them and not in their bank account. And I see that as a mistake so often entrepreneurs do, is that it's very, very short-sighted. They look at kind of what's going on just right now, today, and that keeps them stuck. And the problem is that when you think that way, it can keep you very small and not allow the growth you want. So when you think about it, that if you have an opportunity for anything, if you're always looking at, gee, you know, what's left in my credit card balance or what's in my credit card, that'll keep you stuck. It's kind of like going out to a restaurant, and I know I've been there in the past before I understood about money and mindset, and very often, you know, it's kind of saying like, okay, you know, like, you know, and making decisions based on price. And that's not really a good place to do, and that's why I don't do that anymore. Now it's more about what do I feel like eating, and if it doesn't make a difference how much it is. But think about that when you're, you know, again, you know, when you're going somewhere, if you're choosing what you eat, if you shop and you go to the supermarket and you're deciding what to buy based on what's on sale, that's not a good thing. If you are shopping for your clothes or for shoes or anything like that, and it's all about what's on sale, that's not a good thing. Now, if you buy something, if something you really want happens to be on sale, that's amazing, that's awesome. But it shouldn't be that that's what you're specifically looking for. Because when you do, then you're making all your decisions based on your money, and you're putting your money in charge instead of you in charge. Because the way the laws of attraction work is that if there's a desire for something, you will end up with the money to pay for it. That's how it works. And that's what most people don't really understand. Most people get lost. So I just want to see, are there any questions so far? Because it's a pretty powerful subject for early Monday morning. I know people are in different time zones. It's, you know, past 8:30 here in Boston, but I know some of you are Central Time, Mountain Time, Pacific Time. So I just want to see, does anyone have any questions so far on what I just mentioned? And I want you to think about your spending you did this past week and where you might have noticed you doing that. And if you're just joining us, good morning. This is Brilliant Strategies, and every Monday at 8:30 I teach something just to kind of kick off your week. Today we're talking about your money mindset, and I'm talking about making decisions and basically learning to master your money instead of your money mastering you. And I was sharing an example about being at a recent event where people were making decisions exactly that way, based on what was in their bank account instead of what would really help them. Because when you think like that too, it's also a place of power too, to say, like, what do you really want? What's going to make you happy in your business? What's going to help you get to that next level? And those are things you want to be thinking about, because very often that's one of the reasons entrepreneurs end up with stuff very often that they don't need or they don't want, because they're making decisions based on that as opposed to what's really going to help them get there. So sometimes they find they get something, maybe they could, quote, afford, but it's not the right thing to get them to the next level, and therefore they don't find value in it and they don't use it. On the other side, sometimes entrepreneurs don't step into something because there's, they look around their finances and say, oh, it's just too big for me, but then they don't get the help they need to move to that next step. So again, this is a really powerful subject. Does anybody have any questions? And I've got my green smoothie here. Apples, spinach, water, protein powder, blueberries, banana, yogurt, Greek yogurt, and some more. I think that's it. If anyone has a great recipe, I'd appreciate you sharing that. So think about, when you make decisions, what's the first question you ask yourself? Because usually the first question I hear most people asking themselves, is, how much is it? That's kind of like the big thing, how much is it? Because then it's like a yes or a no. And I really want you to start shifting the other way and start thinking about more, is it of value to me? Is it going to help me get to that next level? Is it in alignment with me? So think about things like that as you're making your decisions, because that'll put you in a place of power instead of your money being in power for you and being in control of you. Now, I'm going to be diving in really deep on this topic. I'm actually hosting a live webinar, and it's October 11th. So you can go ahead and register if you want. It's tinyurl/Kate Cash Call. tinyurl/Kate Cash Call. And so for anybody here listening who is feeling a bit stuck with their money mindset, I'd love to have you join me, because I'm doing that because I want you to walk away at the end of the call and start shifting how you're looking at money, both day to day and also really big picture. Because, if you want more growth in your business, it isn't just about earning money or getting more clients. It's really about your relationship with money, because your relationship with money is just an outcome of everything else that happens. Oh, you're very welcome, Colleen. I'm glad you love this topic. I love it too. So I really want to start empowering everybody. And so again, I'd love to have you join me on the live webinar, which is next week. If you go to register, tinyurl/Kate Cash Call, and it's complimentary. And again, the topic is really to keep everybody, start looking at how you're looking at money, okay, and start shifting. So I need to get ready for my team meeting, which we're having in a few minutes. So I want to wish everybody a really wonderful day. And if you enjoyed this, I so appreciate you sharing this with your community. Bye, everybody. Be brilliant.